Okay, and now for something completely different, I want to introduce you to Janette and Alan. She's 64, he's 68, and on a raw diet, nothing cooked, no meat, no dairy, no supplements, no steroids, no sickness, no injuries, eating 80% fruit, 15% vegetables, and 5% nuts and seeds. These two amazing people ran a marathon a day for 366 days. They come to us all the way from New Zealand. Thank you so much.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Alan and Janette.
Thank you. What would you do if you were told right now that you had 6 months to live? How would you feel? Think about it, because it could happen to you at any time. In 2001, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was 52 years old, a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 1. And I was told I had 6 months to live. I wanted a refund on that prognosis. So rather than wait 6 months to die, I just chose to live. And within those 6 months, I received a clean bill of health. There was no more cancer. And as a result of that life-changing experience, we opened a Center for Optimum Health, and it was based on the holistic approach of body, mind, and spirit. 10 years after my death sentence, I wrote the book, Raw Can Cure Cancer. Prevention is the key to optimum health, and everyone has a choice about how they want to live, but my advice is not to wait for the diagnosis. Having cured myself of cancer, I became passionate about wanting to share my experience with as many people as possible. So I wrote the book, and then, with Alan's support, we decided to run around Australia. We wanted to inspire and motivate people to make more conscious lifestyle choices, to promote kindness and compassion for all living beings, and to raise environmental awareness for a sustainable future. Because the truth is, the most endangered species on this planet is humankind. As a species, we've become obsessed with speed. The human race is on, but we're not winning. Through misinformation and misleading marketing, we are disregarding the innate intelligence of our own bodies and have become a malnourished species, while the sickness industry flourishes. Due to our poor food choices, we have become a species of non-survivors. The majority of us are spending most of our lives dying instead of thriving. The amount of money and time spent on scientific research to find a cure for our ill health would be better spent on prevention and returning to our natural way of being. Our obsession with technology has us careering down a path of self-destruction. In our rush to become technically advanced, we have lost sight of the importance of being. Our poor lifestyle choices are creating our own demise, and we are spiraling into oblivion, and we are running out of time. We believe that the human race needs to slow down and heed what one of our greatest teachers, Gandhi, in his wisdom told us. There is more to life than increasing its speed. We need to revisit who we are and why we are here. We need to understand the consequences of the choices we make and how we can affect our very being. We believe that the survival of our humane species is dependent on our kindness, compassion, and caring for all living beings, and that this is achieved by being aware of making conscious lifestyle choices. By doing so, we can make a difference. We wanted to share a positive message of truth and hope from the experiences and knowledge that we've gained through living consciously, so that others can make their own informed choices and that will make a difference. We knew the best way to do that was to walk, or in our case, run the talk. Inspiration is what motivates people to never stop pushing for what they believe in and for what they want to achieve. By running a marathon distance every day for a whole year together around Australia, we hope to inspire others to think more consciously about the choices they make in life. While we were running around Australia, we had the opportunity to show that by eating raw, living, plant-based foods, we are healthier, physically fit, and have unlimited energy at beyond 60 years of age than we did in our earlier years, including when we ran the length of New Zealand 13 years previously, which was only 50 marathons in 50 days. We wanted to prove that it's never too late, you're never too young, and you're certainly never too old to make these choices that will make a difference to your health. So many times we've been asked, but where do you get your protein? The answer is simple. The same place that the cow gets it from, the greens. Protein from a plant-based diet is healthier than the protein derived from animal sources, and it does not contribute to health issues such as heart disease and cancer. We are also asked where we get our calcium, or vitamin B12, or any other nutrient a person thinks to name. Again, the answer is that we get our necessary nutrients from the food we eat, just the same as the animals in their natural habitat do. Malnutrition is unknown in people and animals who eat raw living food in abundance. We live in a world where over 790 million people are chronically undernourished, and 27,000 children under the age of 5 die of malnutrition every day. This is unacceptable. However, the world's cattle consume enough plant food to feed 8.7 billion people. That's more than the entire human population. So clearly, raising animals for human consumption is also unsustainable. Living a raw vegan lifestyle is not only healthy, but it's an ethical choice. Cooking food also reduces the available nutrients and enzymes essential for optimum health. By nourishing our bodies with raw living vegan foods, humans not only can achieve optimal physical, mental, and spiritual health, but also can acquire unlimited raw energy, which enables us to achieve our goals and to follow our dreams. Raw energy is already achieved by every other free animal on this planet. The good news is that raw energy is readily available to humans just by making informed, conscious lifestyle choices. Living a conscious lifestyle ensures optimum health and happiness, the two things that everyone is ultimately striving for.
I'd just like to tell you some stories about our year on the road of running around Australia. Our goal of running raw around Australia seemed like a great idea at the time. 16,000 kilometres, 365 consecutive marathons, and 365 consecutive days. No days off. That's 300 kilometres a week. That's like running from Toronto to Vancouver and back twice. Well, that was the plan. We made the commitment to stay focused on achieving our goal of running a marathon a day as an inspiration to others. That was our dream. We started training in 2012, running every day, including a marathon once a week, for a total of 6,000 kilometres. That's about 120 kilometres a week. Meanwhile, we planned the run. We organised volunteers, arranged for sponsors, and bought necessary equipment, including 2 cars and a caravan. We started the run in Melbourne, 1st of January 2013, heading east to the coast, then north towards Sydney and beyond. We recall that day 8 was the hardest day of all, but no one said it was going to be easy. I guess by then we must have been fully trained. We had a few challenges along the way, running in temperatures of 44 degrees Celsius, in amongst 2 large bushfires, through a cyclone with strong headwinds and heavy rain for 10 days, and in freezing hailstorms. One day we were running up a hill. It was 44 degrees, with the radiant heat from the road at about 50 degrees. A local farmer came by on his tractor. He said, "You guys are crazy. You can't run in these conditions. Jump on my tractor, we'll go down the river and we'll have a nice barbecue." The first 60 days up the East Coast was abundant. Fresh, ripe, tropical fruit. Pineapples, mangoes, bananas, oranges, peaches. We settled into a routine where every morning we were up at 3:45 in the morning, had a banana and grapefruit smoothie, and out the door by 5 a.m, running in the dark for the first couple of hours. Our fuel for the rest of the day was bananas, green smoothies, fruit salads, oranges, dates, and more bananas. Finishing the run with a fresh veggie juice, an avocado, and a large green salad. Our average running time was 6 hours daily, and we tried to get at least 8 hours sleep to help keep our energy levels up. Our 100% low-fat, raw vegan diet is based on fresh, ripe, organic fruits and vegetables with no animal products, no processed or junk foods, and does not include any supplements, superfood, stimulants, drugs, nor painkillers. I'm lost here. No, we're here. Here we go. Sorry about that. It was in 1931 that Otto Warburg won the Nobel Peace Prize for proving that cancer and other diseases cannot survive in an alkaline, oxygen-rich environment. So eat plant-based foods and be alkalized, and exercise to be oxygen-rich. 1931, that was 80 years ago, and we're still searching for the cure for cancer? By eliminating all acid-forming foods and increasing the amount of alkaline foods in our diet, we have attained a high level of optimum health, improved our physical fitness, and increased our performance level, even at our age. And we have not had the need for a doctor, a clinic, a hospital in the last 13 years. And I'll be 70 next year. When leaving the East Coast heading west, pardon?
Sorry.
When leaving the East Coast heading west, we had to really stock up, often buying 10 boxes of bananas, 5 boxes of oranges, 3 of apples, and several boxes of greens. We often had weeks between towns, and one leg of 1,300 kilometres, that's 27 days, with no town, no shops, only roadhouses, with stale meat pies, Coke and chips, none of which we consume. During the entire run, we had no running injuries, although we both tripped and fell on different occasions, sustaining cracked ribs and other minor abrasions to our arms and legs. However, we were able to continue without taking any days off, healing as we ran. It just hurt a bit. We chose to run in Vibram barefoot shoes and went through 16 pairs each. That's 1,000 kilometres, or 23 marathons a pair, and no blisters. On extremely hot days when the road temperature was above 50 degrees, we alternated 3 pairs, keeping 2 pair on ice in the freezer. Well, soon the end seemed in sight, and before we knew it, there was only 100 days to go. We had endured long, straight roads, often able to see the start and the finish of a marathon from the halfway point. We ran for days without a corner, through vast landscapes of deserts with no trees. We encountered wildlife in their natural environment. In fact, one morning, we found a dingo helping himself to our food drop. We had snakes crossing the road in front of us, kangaroos, wild horses, but we never saw a camel. But we did see their tracks. In fact, we were told there's 500,000 camels in Australia, but they were hiding. We also met some wonderful people who supported us during the run. They kept telling us that what we were doing was inspiring more people than we would ever realise. The further we went, the more people were following us on Facebook and through media coverage. We even got a message telling us, keep going. The whole of Romania is watching us. We had no idea how inspiring this would be for others. Where are we? All righty? I seem to have lost something here somewhere.
Just at the end. We're at the
Here,
end.
here we go. Sorry about that. With only 8 days to go, we caught the overnight ferry to Tasmania and ran to the southernmost point in Australia, finished the 365 marathons in 365 consecutive days, back in Melbourne on December the 31st, 2013. Then, just for the record, on January the 1st, 2014, we ran one more marathon together, number 366, along a river trail from Melbourne, step for step, stride for stride, to our home, thereby setting a new world record for running the most consecutive marathons as the oldest and only couple to run around Australia, fueled entirely by fruit and vegetables and wearing barefoot shoes.
We'd finished the run, but that was not the end. It was just the beginning. Because running a marathon a day around Australia is not about us. It's about a positive and inspiring message that will help to bring about a change to a more sustainable future for ourselves, for our children, our grandchildren, and for future generations before we run out of time. Thank you.
Thank you.